The King Julian remix video blew up all of the sudden and overbid all of my expectation. But well, I think it's time to show you now some producing hacks so you can improve your own stuff. There are a lot of things and ways to begin with. One technique that I used in my latest project is the idea of the bass rhythm. What I mean by that is that you are working on your bass line first and figure out the whole rhythm of the drop. Another one is to write ideas with a piano. And the best thing about it doesn't matter if you have just a plugin or a classical piano like me. Everyone has at least one of these things. And just trying to figure out the bass lines of the song and add some chords to it. Maybe some variations in the loop, and the basics for a future house song are done. Now, the writing of the melody is a bit more complex, but figure out a good note for the bar of your bass snare. For example, I have here the note D sharp. I will go 3 to 5 semitones up and get the note that will probably fit to the style of the track. But if you don't like this just change the note, and you don't have to stick too strict to this technique. But you can still use the first technique. It really depends on the producer. I personally would use the piano technique only when it comes to making remixes. I did that in my King Julian remix as well, because I didn't have to figure out which note should be played, because the notes were online available, so I just copied them. When you put your melody in synth, try to add on longer notes, some small notes on top which should be still on the grid. This makes the leads more interesting. And for the empty gaps between the notes, you can use reverb automation or just automate the wetness knob with PWP controller, just like Brooks does it. You can support the leads even more by some chords with the same rhythm, but don't make them too huge because they will overtake the leads. To find a good balance in your track, you have to keep in mind to focus on a few elements and make them very strong, and the rest should be a bit quieter in the background. For example, I make my leads, my basses and my kick very strong. This is actually pretty nice. The basses are mostly a combination of mid basses and a sub bass, and the mid basses are jumping octaves, which is giving the track more bounce, and we're using a main kick and a top kick, which is basically just a transient element, but it makes the sound so much punchier and clickier. And last but not least, make the clap decent, so the kick stands out in the mix. So yeah, these were 10 fast hacks for Future House. If you want to see more, write it down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!